friends and family, welcome and thank you for being here on this very important day. Now, you may seem like you're all here to celebrate my graduation from ordination school, but we are in fact here together to celebrate the love and commitment between Rebecca and Marnie by joining them in marriage. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Lauren. I've known Marnie my whole entire life, and I consider them family. Not just because of the obvious physical resemblance, but also because of my unconditional love for them, despite wanting to kill them at times. Now, over the years, I've learned a number of life lessons from Marnie. They taught me how to ride a bike. They taught me it's okay to wear weird Halloween costumes in high school that no one understands, like our interpretation of It's Cat, because they'll give you a last-second, made-up award like most disturbing costume. They taught me white people in dresses and cowboy boots can rap to 50 Cent at karaoke bars all over the world. And they taught me it's okay to spend a Saturday night eating Golden Spoon and boxes of Kashi cereal while binge-watching Law & Order SVU. But most of all, they taught me about love. Marnie, you've shown me that love is love, no matter shape, size, color, gender, orientation, and that it's something worth finding and fighting for. Becky, well, I know I terrified you when we first met, because as my poor brother-in-law knows, I can be very protective of my family. But as I got to know you more and more in your relationship with Marnie, I found that you are as beautiful on the inside as you are on the outside. And you complement Marnie in so many ways that I never thought possible. For someone who could not stop obsessing about their newborn niece, Riley, when we were supposed to be enjoying an outdoor movie, your decision to leave the comfort of your family and friends to join Marnie in New York speaks volumes and is just one small example of your love for them. Marnie and Becky, your love for each other is so apparent it goes without explaining. I've been lucky enough to have spent a lot of time with you both over the years, and I know how important both of you are to each other. And despite any struggles, you may have managed to navigate it together and come out stronger. So Marnie and Becky, I'd like for you to each take a moment to look around you, because you are surrounded by people who love and adore you and who support this marriage. Now I'd like you to look at each other, because out of everyone here that you love, you are standing in front of the person who you love the most and are wanting to spend the rest of your life with. This ceremony is a celebration of that love, and I'm honored to be a part of it. So right now, Rebecca and Marnie have chosen two readings for this ceremony, and I would like to welcome Rebecca's mom, Jan Kleinsmith, and Marnie's mom, Wendy Florin, up here for the readings.
Hello? Wendy will be doing the first reading, which is an excerpt from Gift from the Sea by Anne Moreau.
When you love someone, you do not love them all the time in exactly the same way. It is an impossibility. It is even a lie to pretend to. And yet, this is exactly what most of us demand. We have so little faith in the ebb and flow of life, of love, of relationships. We leap at the flow of the tide and resist in terror its ebb. We are afraid it will never return. We insist on permanency, duration, continuity, when the only continuity possible in life, as in love, is in growth, in fluidity, in freedom, in the sense that dancers are free, barely touching as they pass, but partners in the same pattern. The only real security is not in owning or possessing, not in demanding or expecting, not in hoping even. Security in a relationship lies neither in looking back to what was in nostalgia, nor forward to what it might be in dread or anticipation, but in living in the present relationship and accepting it as now. Relationships must be like islands. One must accept them for what they are, here and now, within their limits. Islands surrounded and interrupted by the sea, and continually visited and abandoned by the tides.
Thank you, Wendy. Jan will be doing the second reading titled Union by Robert Fulgham.
You have known each other from the first glance of acquaintance to the point of commitment. At some point, you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes, indeed, you've been making commitments in an informal way. All of those conversations that were held in a car or over a meal or during long walks, all of those conversations that began with, when we're married, and continued with, I will, and you will, and we will. All those late night talks that included someday and somehow and maybe. All those promises that are unspoken matters of the heart. All these common things and more are the real process of a wedding. The symbolic vows that you're about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know all those things that we promised and hoped and dreamed? Well, I meant it, every word. Look at one another and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you've been many things to one another: acquaintance, friend, companion, lover, dancing partner, even teacher, for you've learned much from one another these past few years. Shortly, you shall say a few words that will take you across a threshold of life, and things between you will never be quite the same.
Thank you, Jan. Now, Marnie and Rebecca have each prepared their own vows, which they will now read to each other, beginning with Marnie.
Hi everyone, thanks for being here. I can't believe this day has finally come. Even after 4 years, I still miss you the second I leave home in the morning. I still get giddy every time I see a text or chat from you. I never thought I could be capable of loving someone the way I love you, or maintaining a relationship as strong and resilient as ours. As we stand here today, I can look back and see how we've grown as a couple and as individuals, and how our relationship is constantly getting deeper and stronger. Thank you for everything you've taught me and all the ways you forced me to stretch myself. I love you so much and feel lucky every day that we found each other. I have a few promises to make. I promise to make you feel loved and appreciated every day. I promise to put we before me, and to always be willing to put in the work needed to keep our relationship strong. I promise to listen more and argue less. And I promise to give you tickles every night for the rest of my life.
Marnie, I found this email that I wrote in May of 2011. I'd only known you for about 2 months, and I remember sitting in my journalism class and trying to put down what I thought about you in writing. And this is what I said. You're so kind and ridiculously brilliant. I've never met a person so vibrant and so bold. You're happy all on your own, and it shows in everything that you do. There's this authenticity about you that's so rare, it's beautiful. I'm constantly fascinated by the way you make decisions. Every angle is thoroughly considered, and every decision has a strong purpose to back it up. You constantly surround yourself with amazing people, and I know you've worked hard to create the life that exactly the way you want it. I love everything about what you've created. The thing I probably love the most is that even with all of your intense opinions on pretty much every topic, you're willing to step back and look at it in a new way if I ask you to. Okay, here's what I wish for the future. I won't be the person you always agree with, but I will be the person who challenges you to change, to grow, and to be yourself exactly as you are. I want the blunt truth when I'm acting out of line, and I promise to always hold you accountable. And I hope that you will hold me accountable too. I promise that every day I will make the conscious choice to show my love to you.
We will now proceed with the exchange of rings. After the pronouncement, Marnie will take part in a long-standing tradition called the breaking of the glass. Now I've asked Marnie and I've asked Google exactly what it means, and this is what I came up with. Over the millennia, many interpretations have been offered regarding the significance of this act. Some say it represents a breaking with the past and a headlong stride into the future, while others believe it represents the shattering of two single lives and their transformation into a couple. But at the end of the day, when the glass breaks, it simply means the long speech is over and the party begins. So Rebecca, you don't have a bouquet. I would have had you give it to Melanie, but having freely chosen each other as partners for life and surrounded by all the people who love you, I invite you to face each other and join hands as you prepare to take your vows. Do you, Marnie and Rebecca, promise to keep each other as your favorite person, to laugh with you, go on adventures with you, and support you through life's toughest moments? Do you promise to respect each other as individuals, partners and equals, knowing that you do not complete but complement each other? Do you promise to always learn and grow with each other, even as time and life changes you both? And do you promise to be proud of each other and find new reasons to love each other every day? I now invite you to exchange your rings as a symbol of your love and commitment to each other. Please place your rings on each other. Without further ado, and by the power vested in me by the great state of California and those internet guys, it is my privilege and pleasure to pronounce you married. You may now kiss.